people are gonna say, wow, this guy's got balls. This guy stands out. He does what he wants. He doesn't fudge around with his words.
This guy's got balls.
That's my goal in life. I want to become one of those people who just says exactly what they mean, and you go, oh, he's not being rude. He says what he means. That's bad. I have to get to a point where I can really stand by everything I say, though. So it's going to be like a sudden shift. So there's going to be some people who are like, what's wrong with that? But I'm going to be a happier person. I'm going to learn to say what I mean, and I'm going to get so good at it that I actually do say what I mean, which currently I'm not even sure I can.
Every artistic kind of element, there's always depth in it. There's a Russian saying, truth is not what you believe. Truth is a perspective. How you perceive something. It could be true. It could be a lie. It could be true. It could be a lie.
You love the sayings.
Oh yeah, I love the sayings because there's always depth in the sayings.
Alright.
It could be true. It could be a lie. So you understand the saying?
I think I do, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, so truth still lies with you. Truth still lies with you.
It's weird to me where somebody can look at you and be like, oh, he ain't smart. It's so crazy to me. I never get that. Like, how can you not speak to someone but judge their intelligence just by looking at them? I don't know. I think it's this world we live in today. Everybody's so scared to say, I don't know. I don't know.
No matter how smart you are or how expert you are in a certain subject, someone else still has a different perspective and experience.
Exactly.
And the truth is, it takes so long to actually establish a meaningful viewpoint and to be able to express that well.
Yeah.
And for it to become actually worth trying to send to the top of the heap and say, I think people need to hear this.
Yeah.
That's a rare thing, to really have something to say. To really have something to say.
It's weird to me where somebody can look at you and be like, oh, he ain't smart. I don't know. I think it's this world we live in today. Everybody's so scared to say, I don't know. Say, I don't know. Say, I don't know. Say, I don't know.
You construct an idea that the world is supposed to be a certain way, and that's what equity looks like. And when that imbalance gets shifted, you just go psycho. You just go psycho.
Yeah.
And that's why you got to establish a rational sense that life is not fair, which I know you know.
Like, I know it as a fact.
You know it as a fact. But when you insulate yourself in ways that allow life to be equitable and sensible a lot of the time, then the frustration of losing control when someone else takes it away feels like they've just intruded on your life. Like they've just taken a part of you.
They now own me.
Exactly. Again, there's inequitable distributions, and you root against that. That's what we're doing when we watch sports. In reality, we have our set of values we bring to the table. We don't know how the lotto machine of life is going to shuffle and spit it back out. But we hope that it shuffles it well. We hope it doesn't just clump the deck together and hand you back a shitty card. But when it does, you got to use that as an opportunity to better yourself. So you're still going with the flow. When you get screwed, that is the best opportunity to separate your own autonomy from the way the system treats you.
Vibes are more than a feeling, babe.
What are vibes?
Vibes are like tribes.
This is the vibe. This is the tribe.
When times are tough, tough it up. When times are light, dude, light it up, dude.
I want to get all my most important thoughts out there and then relax.
But then tomorrow there will be new most
Right,
important
there's this
thoughts.
constant, unending need for self-expression. 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 I'm almost thinking on behalf of the universe. That drive to be like, no, you can't fail to create the thing. You know, maybe that's just a sense that I have something meaningful to give. But then again, the big part of it also is just self-representation. To somehow act in response to your assessment of how the universe works.
The amount of people you see and you realize you're all acting on different paradigms. You're all acting for different existential reasons. The more you're doing things in your creative vein, the more things you're building into your mind to create the thing.
You could literally be laying the foundation for things other than what you think the thing is.
I love making people smile. So for me, the magic isn't the trick. The trick is awesome, don't get me wrong. Like, I love magic too. But for me, the best part is like right after the trick, when everyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
You can see the smiles on people's faces, and the joy, and just the wonder, and the pure like childish mindset that you get to go into is unreal. And for me, when I say magic is real, but that's the magic. It's that feeling you get, that impossible childish wonder. And for me, like, being able to look around every time after I do a trick and seeing that, it's like, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. That's the stuff.
I think there are a lot of things that are just completely unknown. Like, I don't think we're gonna know everything. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm not gonna say excited to die, but I'm just saying when
There's something
when that happens, I have lots of questions.
You think there will be a waking up moment on the other side?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
And also, like, because of the experiences that I've gone through, I feel like I've woken up in like so many different ways. Like experiencing like life or death firsthand. I'm just like, that just changes you forever, because you're here one moment and then you can't be here the other one.
Yeah. You can't.
Like just think
That's
about that.
possible.
The whole life or
Yeah,
death thing.
right.
Like just think about you not being here.
Right.
Like you're just dead.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough for me to think just that there are people who aren't here, who were
Yeah.
here.
Mhm.
That's freaking weird.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
And I
it's
don't
just-
care.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the world.
You're like, well,
I'm here now.
today.
Yeah.
And that's really all you can focus on.
Another day, another dollar. Is it worth it? That is the question of life. Here we are, settling in. Another day goes by. The next thing you know, 20 years. You're an old man standing in line saying, "What did I do? What did I do? What did I do?" Because you never bothered to ask yourself that along the way. What am I doing? The contentment is starting to set in, which was my biggest fear, and now I'm not as scared of it. So, is it a bad thing or a good thing? Have I just anesthetized myself to a slow death?
Good question.
Have we all?
You really do trick your brain in every game you play. So that's why you gotta do things sometimes where you just know you can get a little victory. Take the small stakes bet and you try to boost your morale long enough to get serious. It's more about understanding what you do with yourself, not just how you interact with other players. It's about realizing that the circumstances you create are in some ways about manipulating your brain into having feelings that promote survival and other obvious values. Even though we all have some general sense of what gives us those feelings, that all can be manipulated. And we can let other people manipulate it, or we can figure out how to activate our own good feelings.
That's what I'm trying to do.
And also cutting the slack to care sufficient degree about others, because if they don't matter, then you have to ask, why do you? Regulating the game to where you're interacting on a level that doesn't control you, but surrenders enough control to really play. surrender enough control to really play.
The nagging feeling I had experienced initially wasn't going away. What was I feeling? Why was I ignoring it? Something just wasn't right.
It's all relative. It's all a game. Life's a game.
She's got it.
Oh, wait,
She's
no,
got it.
No, in the book, it says life's a game. Be a player or get played.
Damn it, Dr. Phil's stealing my shit.
Be a player or get played. 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 In the book, it says be a player or get played.
Have fun and enjoy the ride. Post a sign that says no energy vampires allowed.
Be a player or get played. 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 Look, it says be a player or get played. Be a player or get played. Be a player or get played. Be a player or get played.
The nagging feeling I had experienced initially wasn't going away. What was I feeling? Why was I ignoring it? Something just wasn't right.
Be a player or get played. Be a player or get played. Be a player or get played.
This is my new favorite run.
The difference between a reporter and a storyteller, or a comedian even, is, hey, here's what happened. Okay, cool, that happened. That can happen. And like, here's what happens. Oh shit, that does happen. That's the comedian.
To me, it's about way more. It's about exposing weaknesses, and thus identifying strength and identifying good and creating kind of a memory pattern in the brain to latch on to really what makes us human, which is done through exposing the vulnerabilities and things like that. So when people sort of give it the treatment, you know, I just think that's missing the fact that it is life. I used to have this kind of guilt about entertainment where I just thought, you know, it's this unnecessary distraction from real spiritual work. And now I'm like, wait, that's the spiritual work. That's what shows me how stupid it is to like live in the world of anger and vengeance and vitriol. Some of us are just trying to live here. Why the hell are people out starting beef with each other?
What we perceive as choice is a continuation of that initial choice of consciousness to begin. Whatever is perfect about the agent of creation, call it God, is imperfect through us, but is living out some kind of, we'll call it a game, in which we manifest as making a sequence of our own choices, which is in fact the very act of creation. the law and spirit concept in the Bible, it's not just about Old Testament law. It's about we don't actually have language for the divine. We're forced to simplify it so that even though it's useful, it's always a simplification and always technically wrong. And that applies to literally anything we ever say.
Yeah.
I'm here using words as my medium, yet knowing that they are imperfect to such a degree that they are essentially wrong.
I don't think it's an illusion.
But I think it's based in a reality that we wake up to at some point when we're separated from it.
No, I do
and that
think
would
we
be
wake up
God,
to it.
because that would be an unlimited
Yes, I do
distillation
think we wake up to it, and
of
we have to
consciousness.
die to ourselves in order to wake up to it. Like, I don't think that the earthly dimension is the only dimension. I think they can even exist outside of time.
Me too.
Then almost by definition, there are things other than this thing.
It's not that people don't care, it's that people aren't going to look into it as much as you're looking into it yourself. And so just like have fun, and people, they'll remember the fun moments where everybody's smiling. And then just go with it. I do that all the time. I just have fun.
I believe that it's important to never actually meet anyone in life, because I've noticed that friendship rarely begins with a formal introduction. So just make sure you never meet anyone. You'll have a better chance at making lifelong friends. That's free advice. Nice. Never forget it.
You like, listen to the tragedies of some person or whatever, and you're like, that's a really tragic life. And then you think to yourself, nothing makes that person truly special. Like, in comparison to all these other people, like, their life isn't suddenly super unique. Well, sometimes I'll just look at someone and think, what if I just followed this person's life incessantly, figured out everything about their past, their present, figured out why they are the way they currently are, and understood them. What if I just followed this person's life on a D level?
Don't you feel like you're doing that with me?
Oh no, I am 100%. Nothing makes that person truly special. Nothing makes that person truly special.
The legend about me.
Okay, what's the legend?
The day I was born at Arlington Hospital, there were no rooms at the inn. And so I was born in a modified broom closet.
No, you're not kidding?
This is my kingdom. I am the custodial Messiah. Incarnated. From the closet I came to the closet I have returned. On rubble of the law I rest, and hope I haven't cursed the test. Would he make man with soul intent to screw ya? I have no choice but now to trust the glory of the God in us and hold fast to this present. Hallelujah.
Many of us sitting here waiting for a change. For some, that change never comes. For some, that change never comes. Many of us sitting here waiting for a change. For some, that change never comes.
For me is, how can you bear that cross and come out of it better for the suffering?
It all depends on how much you actually want to change, how open to change you are.
Yeah, you do see that some people change dramatically, but there are many people who I think you can look at and honestly say they're not going to change. And you'd be right.
Many of us are sitting here waiting for a change. For some, that change never comes. For some, that change never comes. For some, that change never comes.
Your mind says, like, the status quo isn't working. If you can't turn into something else, then what you currently have is unfit for life. And that may or may not be true. You know, you might just be having that response. But personally, I think for myself, like, it's time for another death.
It's so sweet.
I do think we're going to see a future with a much clearer historical retrospective where they're going to look back on us, even those digital footprints that we're so proud of, and see right through us. And even kind of uphold these, there'll be these day-to-day archetypes, these people who embodied something in a future meme sort of way, where they say, here's what this guy was. They're gonna point to people who were examples of conformity or non-conformity and everywhere in between, and we're gonna be like these specimens, these digital fossils of a time when we thought we knew it all and we were just absolutely perfectly preserved. But the value of being able to go back and hear yourself or watch yourself, I have probably changed the most by doing that as compared to anything else.